Hey everyone, welcome back to Textile Studio. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to design this stunning party flyer using Adobe Photoshop. So, without wasting much time guys, let's get started. So, for this tutorial, we'll be using 2000 by 2400 pixel. Resolution will make it 300 when you're done hit print. So the first thing we need to do is to import our background. You can find the resource files I use for this tutorial in the description of this video, so you can practice along with me. So the next thing we need to do is to create a new layer. Now use a brush by pressing B on your keyboard. Let's increase the size of our brush. And just okay, and change this blending option to the screen. Yeah, and let's import our model image. So if you don't want to go to the stress of designing from scratch, you can grab my 2021 party PSD poster, and also you can grab my 1801 PSD poster. So let's get back into the video. So click enter. Now go to properties, and on this model layer, go to properties, hit on convert to layers, and click yes. Okay, then can hit on this remove background. Now where the magic happen. Let's give it some time to load, and yeah, now this is the result. So you can hide this and take this and drag it up just like this. Hit OK when you're done. Now the next thing we need to do is to type our text. Change this to white, and let's make this black. Yeah, increase the size of this text. Let's add a glowing effect to this. Click on outer glow, and let's change the glow color to something like this. Increase the opacity, and I think everything is okay. When you're done, you click OK, and press Ctrl T, and hold down Ctrl and Shift on your keyboard. Now take your mouse and move this up just like this. and go to filter and hit on blur. Go to motion blur and click over to smart objects. Yeah, and you can turn the angle just like this. Now let's increase the blur radius. Let's see. Okay, this is 46%, and that is perfect. So hold down Alt and drag this down to duplicate. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is to bring in this. Remember, you can find the resource files I use for this tutorial in the description of this video. Okay, so increase the size of this image and press enter when you're done. So the next thing we need to do is to click on Ctrl U to open the hue and saturation option, and hit on colorize. This is not what I want, what is close. So you can tilt this down just to get the matchable color. And when you're done, you can click OK. So now change this blending option to screen, and we can have something like this. Now click on Ctrl J to duplicate the layer, and press Ctrl T to flip this horizontally, right? And this is what we have here. So now you can hide the model image, and this is coming to life. The next thing we need to do is to take this up a little, because I don't like how the next thing we need to do is to group this layer. We can call this BG so we can stay organized. I don't want anyone to be confused. So we can add a little bit of contrast to this. We want this, right? We want this contrast and this brightness to hit on this model layer. So just hit hold Alt on your keyboard, and you can find this little icon here, and just click mask it to this model image. If you don't want to use this option, you can let me undo this by pressing Ctrl Z. So you can right click and click on create clipping mask. Right, so let me just do a little bit of adjustment to this color. The image is looking very, very dark, so you can brighten it up a little and add some contrast to this. Also, we can play around with the color balance, right? So I think we need to add a little bit of red. Okay, and I also want this color balance to hit on this model image. You can also you can right click and click on create clipping mask. Okay, so let's just readjust the color balance, so we can add a little bit of red to this, and I think that is pretty much it. We'll still come back to this later, right? So we can select all this layer and hit Ctrl G to group it. We can name this model. All right. Now add a new layer. Use the gradient tool I'll change this to black. Right? Now let's move just like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Now increase the size of this model. Yeah, this is looking nice. And so the next thing we need to do is to add the title of this event. Yeah. So use the what's it called? The text tool by pressing T on your keyboard, and let's type our text, which is freaky. Freaky. Yeah. Change this to white. Remember, you can find the text. Sorry, remember you can find the font I use for this tutorial in the resource files I shared below. Right. So I'll be changing this to what's it called? Yeah, Editable. Yep. So let's increase the size of this text, and this is perfect. So hold down Alt and drag this down just like this. Now let's type in the second text, which is fabulous. This model image, I think we need to put it up a bit. Yeah. Click on blending option and hit on pattern overlay. Yeah. So this is the effects I used. Collarbone. I think this collarbone is perfect. Yeah. So reduce the size of this, reduce the opacity of this pattern overlay. Now the next thing we need to do is to add the afterglow effect to this. Yeah. So increase the size of this LA to, and bring this down again. And I think we are done here. Press OK when you're done. So the next thing we need to do is to hold down Control and select these two text. Yeah, so press Ctrl G to group it and press Ctrl J to duplicate. Now you can change this to editable text. I don't know anything you want to change it to, so that you can come back later to edit it for yourself. All right, so on this layer you can press Ctrl E to make the design, to make this two text one. All right, so for this down layer you can hide it, right? Because we don't want to make it up, because we don't need it for now. Okay, press Ctrl T and right click on this. You can hit on perspective. Now turn this, leave this just like this, and you can press OK. Now hit on filter and hit on motion blur. Cool. Yep. We can also play with this by adding a glow effect to this. Yeah. Yep. And we are then you press OK. So the next thing on my list is adding this text, which is Saturday. I guess this is correct. Yeah. So reduce the size of this and go to your tracking and let's increase the size of, yeah. So make sure this is aligned to the middle. Always make sure. And press Ctrl T and hold down Alt and Shift to flip this like this. Okay. Now the next thing we need to do here is to add our time. Right? Use the rectangle to change this to red. Like and draw a simple rectangle here. Can make the edge rounded just a little, and you can type in the time for this event, which is 8 p.m. Yeah, so let's say 8 p.m. we use this. So take the tracking back to 0 and reduce the size of this text. Okay, and you can also bring it down over here. Now the next thing we need to do is to add the name of the club. Okay, so you can just pick any name of your choice, but I'll just make it club name. And for the logo, I'll come to that, and just duplicate this and okay, just say presents and reduce the size of this. Now you can increase the tracking for this section. Now so the next thing we need to do is to add our dates for this event. So use your rectangle to change the color of this to so let's make this 15. So change the font to unbound. Yeah, semi-bold would work. And Let's change this to medium. Okay, or let's say regular. Yeah. Now the next thing we need to do is to add the lower text, which is Saturday, October, or we can say November. Yeah, and change the color of this to something like this. Now you can reduce the size of the text. So let me just change the color of this triangle. Let's make it more darker. Yeah. So the next thing we need to do is to add this lower text. All right, I've already made an editable text. You can edit this at your own convenient time. Yeah. Let me just pick this and move it here. So as you can see, we are almost done with this tutorial. Yep. Let me just add this text here. I believe you can do all this on your own. Yeah, it's not that hard. It's very simple. Yep. So we are almost done. The last thing we need to do here is to add one last effect to the background. All right. So go to File and click on Place Embedded. Now you can pick this image. So increase the size of this and let's change the blending option to, let's say, color dodge. Yeah. Yep. So this is our editable text. You can group it with this, and let's name this Fabulous, right? Fabulous. So you can bring this down to this place. So pick these three text and let's create a new group for this. We can name it Date. Yeah, and this is the club name. Yep. Bring it to the top. So bring this down here. and this is the time. We can create a new layer for this, a new group, sorry, and can name it time. Yep. So this is perfect. So as you can see, we are almost done with this. The last thing we need to do is to make the design stand alone. So press Ctrl, Alt, Shift, and E. Now go to Filter and go to Camera Raw Filter, and let's play with this a bit. So hit on contrast. Let's increase the contrast like this and bring down the shadows. Increase the white, and let's add a little bit of texture and a little bit of clarity. Now increase the vibrance, not that important though. Let's add a little bit of grain effect to this, and not much, just a little. When you're done, you can click on OK. Sorry, there is something I forgot to do. This text isn't looking aligned, so I want it to align with this text here, right? So always make sure your text are aligned. All right, so you won't face any challenge. Okay, it's always important to align the text. Alignment is very, very important. All right, always make sure your text is aligned. Please take note. So we can come back to this. Now hit Ctrl, Alt, and E, and click on Filter. Now click on Camera Raw Filter, and voila, that's all. So guys, here comes the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please do well to give it a like and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss any of my video. So guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.